Establishment Democrats are freaking out right now, and for good reason too, because a few weeks ago, Zoran Mamdani endorsed 3 primary candidates against establishment Democrats. Even with massive Super PAC and AIPAC spending, them establishment Democrats couldn't hold their ground, and they lost to the Mamdani endorsed candidates. And one of the candidates that lost was an establishment Democrat that was an incumbent. And mind you, it's very hard to lose a primary as an incumbent. You gotta mess up real bad for your own party to hate you. And his name is Dan Goldman, and he lost by a 2-1 margin. And this kind of shows a big change coming in the Democrat Party, a new Tea Party movement. And this isn't surprising as the signs were already there. After Kamala Harris lost in the 2024 presidential election, it seemed clear that the establishment strategy of winning elections wasn't working. I mean, Schumer still writes strongly worded letters against this administration, and we still at war with Iran. Corporate Democratic strategy is to attack Trump instead of introducing some sane and serious policies to help the working class, and that's where Mamdani comes in. He was elected in the Democrat Party back in 2025. The corporate establishment, whatever you want to call it, didn't like that, so they got Andrew Cuomo to run as an independent after he lost the primary, mind you, lost to Zoran Mamdani. They got him to run as an independent, and they got Eric Adams to drop out of the race to endorse Andrew Cuomo. They did all that just so Mamdani wouldn't be the mayor. And I kid you not, they had the Epstein class endorse him. They had Bill Clinton, out of all people, endorse Cuomo. Like, you from Arkansas, what do you know? What do you know about New York politics? They had Donald Trump, out of all people, endorse Andrew Cuomo. They had now trillionaire Elon Musk endorse Andrew Cuomo. Even Fox News was working overtime during this time to claim New York was about to turn communist because if Zoran Mamdani is elected, and doing all this fear mongering during this time. Despite all these efforts against Mamdani, against corporate Democrats, against the establishment, Republicans, even some independents, Mamdani still ended up coming up on top. And this was the first warning sign for the establishment. And now look at Mamdani. He shows us what the Democratic Party, he kind of shows us what the Democratic Party should be doing. Because his popularity continues to go up. And he's kind of a man of his word. He said he was helping New Yorkers. And he did that. He did just that. Like, you'd think the Democratic Party would be popular as a whole, but nah, if you look at the polls, somehow the Republican Party is even more popular than the Democrat Party, and you could see the Republican Party right now is kind of a mess right now with MAGA, with Iran, with all that, and somehow Democrats are still more unpopular than the Republican Party. I mean, it's like by a point, but still, like, how you mess up that badly? That's how much people just hate corporate Democrats, the establishment Democrats, and all that. You might think, oh, this only happened in New York. This doesn't mean anything. This primary doesn't mean nothing. But it's not happening only in New York. In Colorado, during the Democratic parties, the progressives gave them a scare. Like in the Senate primary, it wasn't even on the radar for the progressives. Remind you, Julie Gonzalez, which was the more left-leaning candidate, ran against the incumbent senator John Hickenlooper, and she gave him a scare. Like, he narrowly won the primary as an incumbent by like 5 points. And if the progressives put more resources and support behind Gonzalez, she would have probably won. In Colorado's gubernatorial primary, the Attorney General Phil Weiser defeated Senator Michael Bennet in the primary. And we had Michael Bloomberg from New York City fund Senator Bennett's campaign. And he's from New York. What does he even know about Colorado? But anyways, Phil Weiser ended up winning by a landslide. But he's not really considered progressive. He's just more to the left of Bennett. But either way, it just shows you how hated corporate Democrats are. How hated the establishment. How like unpopular being associated with DC is right now. And in Colorado's first district, we had longtime Democratic incumbent Diana DeGette lose to DSA candidate Quiroz. And DeGette was considered a progressive, but her support of Israel and accepting Super PAC money alienated the voters, and she lost to Quiroz in the primary. And the point being, the association with DC, with these mainstream politicians, are angering the Democratic primary voters. And for good reason, too. These voters are basically asking, what have you been doing to stop Trump? And writing letters to him, and they also look at the Super PAC funding, the AIPAC funding, and they be like, do we really want this bootlicker in office? The answer usually to that is hell no. Get out of here, you're fired. And this is what worries the establishment basically. Progressive candidates win on grassroots fundraising instead of Super PAC and millionaires or whatever. And considering AOC might challenge Schumer in the Democratic primary in 2028, this should worry him a lot, especially if Mamdani endorses AOC over Schumer. It's game over for you, bro. And now we'll see if this trend continues. I mean, there's two more important primaries to look at next month, which is Michigan and Minnesota. In this, for the Senate race in Michigan, Abdul El Sayed is running against establishment-backed Haley Stevens, and she has received a lot of money from AIPAC. And then we have the Minnesota Senate primary with progressive Penny Flanagan running against Dino Angie Craig. I call her Dino because she has received and defended AIPAC donations. It's something else if you receive the donation, but going out of your way to defend it is absolute insanity. It's like political suicide. You just dumb if you do that. Especially like look at the climate right now. Like Israel's popularity is going down, and you think it's a good idea to go out and defend your AIPAC donations? Nah. And if she wins, despite if Angie Craig wins despite them donations and defending them, Minnesota voters are built different. Not gonna lie, because if you was defending money in politics, I wouldn't vote for you at all. Like, hey, we got our preferences, but luckily Craig is down in the polls right now, and so is Haley Stevens. And these are important primaries to determine the future of the Democratic Party. Like, will the more mainstream establishment incumbents be out and replaced by progressives, or will it be the other way? I mean, anyways, only time will tell. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and join the Discord. I might stream the Michigan primary, so make sure to watch the Twitch. Subscribe to the Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.